All right, so welcome back to my video, Nailistas. We are going to be doing some wintertime nails on this video here. And as you can see in the corner, my sub goal, I want to just reach 200 by the New Year's. So if you are new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe, and that will be greatly appreciated. All right, so I am just filing in this clip. I'm just filing with my e-file, and it's a carbide bit. I am removing the gel, not the acrylic. And yeah, just lightly filing. And then I'm also reshaping the cuticles a little bit, as you can see. And I only showed a couple fingers because I didn't want this video to be extra long for you guys, because I know YouTube has the attention span of a goldfish. So I just wanted to show a couple fingers of the whole process. So this video, we are going to be doing some nails, and I actually have them on. I did these yesterday, so I actually have them on. These are my hands. Here's the proof. And they turned out really good. I always reshape my nails better after I've had them on for a little bit, and then I go to like do a polish change or a design change. So I'm working on getting it right the first time, but they are very smooth. So now what I'm doing here, I am taking a 180, 100, 180 grit file, and on the side walls, I am using the more abrasive side. And then on the top, I'm using the less abrasive side. So I'm using the 180 side on the top of my nails and the 100 grit side on the side walls and the free edge of my nail, just to really get that shape crisp the way that I like it. And I wanted to show this video because I am using gel polish. So if you are someone that struggles with gel polish, stay tuned. This video is for you. And once again, if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I do all types of stuff. Um, I do podcasts on here. I try to keep it nail related, but we kind of zero off sometimes. So just to try to keep it fun, because it can get very monotonous just talking about nails, right? So I try to keep my channel fun and spicy. Okay. And I try to keep the drama down to a minimum, but y'all know, people that copy and don't give credit, people that hate, people that don't hit the like button, y'all get called out over here. So but other than that, we keep the drama down to a minimum. Okay. So yeah, we're just filing each of these nails, and I wanted to keep this clip in because I don't have very many filing videos. I was watching a video this morning, and I just got up, y'all, and I'm on the camera. Confidence on 100 this morning. But I woke up, I had my tea, I washed my face a little bit, brushed my teeth, and I hopped right on here to do this video for y'all because I'm not trying to go past 3 days without posting a video. So I was like, let me edit. I need to edit. And I have the footage. So, but anyways, I was watching a video this morning, and one of my favorite nail vloggers, and she was saying that, you don't want to use C-curve tips to get that tapered square look or that flat look. Um, yes and no. I mean, you want to cut your C-curves, and that's what I did. With these, I cut the tips on the sides. I have a different video for that, and I can post it if you like. But you don't necessarily, it's all about, you don't necessarily have to use flat tips. I mean, it's an easier way, yeah, of course. But say if you don't have flat tips and all you have is C-curve tips or forms, or, you know, it's the way that you build that acrylic on top of your nails that is going to determine if it's chiseled like a box. Okay. And my middle finger, actually, not to flick you off, but my middle finger actually is very flat and boxy. And I was trying to get all of them like that, but you know, different strokes for different folks. And at the time that I did these, I did not, well, I used C-curve tips. I didn't use my flat tips. I actually do have some flat tips. Excuse me. I didn't know if I was going to change these to make it clear. And I actually laid a clear base before I did the nude that you see here in the video. There's clear underneath that. So should I want to do like a glass nail or just change the color, I have a slip layer of clear. So I didn't want to use my flat tips because they're a natural color. So I use my C-curve clear tips. That way, if I want to take the nude off and do like, a icicle nail or something, just glass or a jelly nail, I can. All right, so I'm just really getting in there and filing. Hopefully y'all are paying attention to, my hand notions. I did speed this up. Now, if you want just a strictly filing video, we're gonna do that. We're gonna give y'all a strictly filing video. I'm still perfecting the art of filing and just perfecting it where it comes out perfect every time. Now, one thing I will say, and what y'all see me doing here, is filing underneath. I'm filing underneath the tip to make sure it's even. Because if underneath your nail is like kind of curved, that nail's going to look crooked all day. It's going to look crooked. So you want to make sure all three dimensions of your nails, you're just getting at the top, the side walls, underneath, all of that. You want to make sure you are getting all of that. Let me make sure I ain't looking crusty on this camera because I really can't see my face, y'all. So yeah, we're just filing still. Let me try to minimize this window without messing up the video. You know what? Okay. So I'm like editing and recording myself at the same time and doing a voiceover. I'm trying to see my face as I'm recording. So there we go. There we go. So yeah. So I'm just still filing. And this is a file that I got off of Amazon. I really don't care for those type of files. They're good when they're fresh out the pack, but you know, otherwise, okay, I look good. I face check. So I can put this back here. They look good, or they're when they're fresh off the pack, they're really, good. But after a couple uses, they're like blah. They just get worn down fast. So we're still filing. I really wanted to leave this in here for y'all just to see how much work it is to shape your nails. And it's not because the acrylic was laid crooked. Keep in mind, we did just take off gel polish, so I did have some indents from my e-file, but not very many. I'm really using that 180 side, the less abrasive side, because it has more of the grits. Um, I'm using that, and I explained in my last video the grits and why the numbers of the files are they, the way they are. The higher the number, the more grit, the less abrasive. The lower the number, the less grit, which are the particles, and it's more spaced out, so it's going to be more abrasive. Go check that video out if you want to know about foul grits and um, how you should be picking your grits based on what you need. But once you use them after a couple times, they're no good. And like I was saying, I'm using the top part, the less abrasive side, the smoother side, because it's more like a buffer. So I'm getting out a lot of those indents that I put in the nail from, you know, using the e-file. So that's all I'm doing. And like I said, I wanted to leave this in so that somebody out there can just see, because in our field of doing nails, imitation goes a long way. I know that's what helped me with my filing techniques, is watching a lot of videos where, you know, you're just watching filing. Um, Shouts out to Tip Top Shape. That's actually who I was watching this morning. And that girl can file her butt off. She can shape some nails. And one thing she did do that I was saying that I don't like to do is she pre-shape her tips. Um, when you put the tip on your nail, she goes over the tip to kind of debulk it. She actually takes the time to get underneath. And a lot of this, what I'm doing here, she does that on the tip before she even lays her acrylic or enhancement. So you can do that. But like I was saying in my live, when I did these nails, I don't really like to do that because for some reason, when I file to blend that tip into my nail bed, I don't know if I'm filing it too much, but the nails just break right there. Boom. They break. Once I get everything laid, nails are done. It's happened to me. It's happened to a couple of my clients in the past where they tip just boom, break. And I'm like, I didn't even file it that much. Or, you just have to really, you can do it so you don't have a hump in your nail, or you can do it the way that I explained, where you just lay enough product and don't file it. But you just have to be very, very careful. Now I am taking a three-way buffer, and I like to use all three sides of the buffer. But since these nails was already buffed prior, I'm not going to buff too much because I use that really smooth side of my file, and it feels like a buffer, honestly. And all a buffer is like a high grit file, but it will not remove more surface area. You'll be buffing all day long trying to use a buffer like a file. So if you have a hump, you can't buff that hump away. You got to use a more abrasive file. A buffer is just to smooth out that surface and get a lot of the scratches off the nail. That's all a buffer is for. Okay? So it just refines the nail. That's why we do buffing after we file, because a lot of those scratches from the file, deep surface scratches, you can get those out with a buffer. And I like to go, it's a three-way buffer. I have some two-way buffers that only have two grits. I like to use those to just kind of, you know, go all three to really refine the nails. So I start with the more abrasive side, and then I work my way up in grit terms. I work my way up to the less abrasive file. So that's what I'm doing here. And I did speed this up because like I said, I don't want the video to be super long for y'all, but hopefully that's helpful. And the way that you buff, I was taught to go like a cross. So you want to go boom, 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 boom. And just feel over the nail. If it feels smooth, you did it right. It's not hard. Sometimes I go in a circle. Bah, 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 bah. Now my laptop is sitting in my lap, so if I'm shaking and moving, that's because my laptop is sitting right on my lap. I'm not you know, too much of a perfectionist when it comes to these videos. So, but yeah. So now we are using and that's my dust collector. It's just a little El Cheapo I got off of Amazon. Now I will say this is it takes away a lot of the dust because I can tell the difference from when I don't use it and when I use it. Now, okay, so it's just a little cheapo. I do want to upgrade it. Now what I'm doing, because I couldn't take my camera to the sink, so I just got a bowl of warm water and a nail brush, and I'm showing how when you wash your hands, and this is important, if you get your nails done, your nail tech should be telling you don't use soap. Do not use soap. Just warm water, brush. If you use soap, when we go to put the gel base coat or the gel top coat or whatever we putting on that's gel, it's going to separate. It's going to have oils. Okay. And especially if your nail tech don't just get some alcohol to clean the nails after you wash your hands, that's kind of redundant if you go and just use warm water. So that's why we tell y'all to just use warm water, because a lot of soaps carry oils, and we don't want oil on the nail during the whole nail process. Not until the very end, when everything is done and sealed and top coated and cured, then we can put our cuticle oil on. But before, we tell y'all to wash our hands with no soap. And at first I didn't, because I didn't understand, like I didn't think about the oils. And then one day it just clicked, like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be telling them to use soap. So always make sure, I tell my clients to not use soap, just warm water. And you see how smooth that is? Bam. So we got them dried off. You want to try to dry your nails off with a lint-free paper towel of some sort, or cloth of some sort. However, I didn't. I used my hand towel there, my pretty pink Nailspiration hand towel. Um, and so now we're going to get into the color. I'm using D&D Cherry Berry, and I believe I put there it is. It's right there on the screen. Cherry Berry number 456 by D&D. This was my first time actually using this polish since I bought it. Like, I don't know when I bought these, last summer. I think it was earlier this spring. The only time I used it was when I swatched, and it comes in a pack with the gel polish and the regular polish. So the one that you see with the color, that's regular polish. The one in the white bottle is to block out the sun rays, so that's gel polish. So we're going to use this color as our base, and y'all kind of got to cheat because y'all can see my hands in this video, the voiceover video. So y'all know, y'all see. However, you will see at the end of this video, you will see the final product. So I'm just getting everything together right here, and I thought I cut this out, but apparently I did not. I'm getting a little cleaning brush. I got my dotting tool there because we are going to need a dotting tool to make the snowflakes. Very easy way. If you're like me and you struggle with how to make your snowflakes, stay tuned. If you struggle with gel polish products, stay tuned. It's coming up right now. So first things first, I am laying a base coat, a gel base coat on all of the fingernails because all of them will have gel polish. Now, this is optional. If you're just top coating and I'm wearing the, nails like this, just go ahead and top coat it and be done if you want. But since I am wearing a red, I didn't want the red to kind of bleed into my acrylic or stain my acrylic, so I went ahead and did the base coat. Okay, and then I didn't want any peeling. You're supposed to use the base coat. Just go on and use the base coat. Even if you're top coating, just use the base coat because you don't want that gel polish to start peeling from your acrylic. So it's just best to use a base coat. Um, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure all of these are fully covered. You see how I'm not using a lot of product on my brush? It's like my brush is just moistened and I'm dragging and pulling. See, that's the difference between gel polish and regular polish. You can drag and pull that product. Okay, so we cure for 60 seconds in the lamp. And now I'm just taking that gel polish and I'm turning it because I know that it's been sitting upright on my shelf. So if you just turn it like I was doing, that'll help mix that color. And I only do one coat. And when you're up by the cuticles, you want to kind of go in the U shape. And then what I didn't do though is push it up because I didn't want it to flood my cuticles. But if you want to get closer to the cuticles, and what you'll see me do, you'll push it up, push your brush. So this is your cuticle. You're going to push that product. Then this is your brush. You're just going to push, push that product up. You don't want to start at the cuticle because then it's just going to run. And that's how you get overly flooded cuticles. And that's how you get the gel polish lifting. So we are going to do a negative space. And this is how I achieved that. I just got a flat brush and I used acetone. You can use alcohol or nail cleanse as well to kind of clean up that line. And then I later decided to do stripes over that because I just wanted it to look really clean and really sophisticated like that. Y'all see that? And I did my non-dominant hand off camera. That is always a struggle, so I don't really like to do my non-dominant hand on camera, especially with designs. I like to do it off camera so I know I'm like fully confident. All right, and then we're doing the bottom part. So it's kind of like lava lamp nails. We call it negative space, lava lamp. If you say either of those, more than likely your nail tech should know what you're referring to. So yeah, we're just cleaning up that space and making sure that red is not showing through because we are going to use a glitter that is very close to the color of this nude. And this nude is by Mia Secret. It's a cover nude. I think it's cover blush nude is the color. It's by Mia Secret. I do have a video of me doing these nails in the previous design that I just took off, so I might upload that for y'all as well. And I'm just using some white by Beetles because I don't have a D&D white. When I bought my D&Ds, it was my first time getting the gel polish, and I really like it. I haven't found a gel polish that I don't like yet. Other than this like cheap set that I had gotten off of Amazon. I didn't like it at first. But I later learned it was my lamp, the curing lamp that I was using in the past. I had gotten a new curing lamp. So now all my gel, if you have any problems with gel polish bubbling up, it's probably because your lamp isn't curing properly. So you might need a new lamp or you might need to replace some bulbs in your lamp. So now I'm using a #1 striping brush and I'm kind of out of frame here, but I'll get back in frame right now. Right now. Now I'm in frame. So I was just striping and making sure, just to give it a little something extra. It kind of looked like Santa Claus hat. That's what it reminds me of it reminded me of that when I was doing the design. So now we're taking our glitter, and I don't recall the color because I can't see the top, but it is Beetles as well. It came in like a Valentine's Day collection. I cannot see the number of it. I do apologize. It's 650 something. But it's just a pink, champagne pink glitter. So, and I'm using that to fill in that negative space. And with glitter, of course, you want to make sure that it's even. The glitter is evenly dispersed. So I cannot see the number on that, y'all. I do apologize. It's 609 or something like that. But it's Beetles pink glitter. They have a ton of glitter colors across all of the gel polish lines. So now I cured that for 60 seconds as well. And now I just took my dotting tool to make the center of our snowflake. Then I am taking my striping brush and I'm making a cross right through the middle of that snowflake. Now, when I used to make my snowflakes, I did not use the dot. I strongly suggest using the dot so you can get everything balanced and your snowflake doesn't look wonky and off. Especially if you're like me, you struggle with making snowflakes. Make sure you start with the dot to just be your guide. And also, it makes the snowflake look cute. It just looks more snowflake-like to have that dot in the middle. You can do a big dot, you can do a little dot, you can do a medium dot. You can draw the dot yourself. You don't even have to use the dotting tool. Just start with the dot. Okay. And so now I am going in and I'm adding some dots on the edge or the arms of the snowflake just to make it look more snowflake-like. So once again, I left this clip in real time. This is me doing that U shape. So you want to slide your brush this way and you want to slide your brush this way when you're around the cuticles. Okay. I know when I was in school, one girl was like, "How do you get your cuticles rounded?" She said, "Mine always come out square." I'm like, "How do you get yours square?" Because mine always come out rounded. So everybody is different, you know. And we just kind of taught each other. I still do mine rounded because most people's cuticles are rounded. I have done some hands where the cuticles are boxy, and what you do is you just take that. She and the girl taught me, my classmate. She said, just take your brush, lay it, and drag it. Don't do the round motion. Just take it, lay it flat, drag it. Take it, lay it flat, drag it on both sides. So I was like, okay. I still don't do it that way. I just do it even on the even even on the square cuticle shapes. I still do it rounded. So you don't want a lot of product on your brush. So if I wanted these to be darker, I would still lay it light like this, not a lot of product. I would just do it a second time and maybe even a third time. Okay. For us nail techs out there, if you're a new nail tech, if they want more than 2 coats, you should be charging because that's time consuming. Because keep in mind, you got to be careful and lay thin layers and you got to cure. That's going to take up a lot of your time. So you should tell just a little bit of advice. Oh, I want another coat. Okay, that's going to be another $5 because my sets come with 2 coats. 1 to 2 coats. If you want the color to be that dark, it's extra $5, extra $10, whatever you want to charge. And sometimes they're like, okay, that's fine. Because that's your time, you know. It should take you to do like a gel manicure. Because with gel manicures, some people soak, some people don't. But I was told in school when you're doing gel, you don't want the nail to be moisturized. So a gel manicure should take you anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour, depending on if they're getting designs and how many coats of gel you're putting on. And some people are just not good contenders for gel polish just because they're prone to it cracking or lifting, and then they don't hold their hands straight. And you got to hold your hands straight in that. That's what we was talking about on the podcast last night. Holding your hands straight in that curing lamp. Because if the gel runs, your gel's going to cure like that. So with the pinky, of course, we did the champagne pink on the whole nail. And I love this color. It's giving girly Christmas. Okay, even though I don't celebrate Christmas anymore, um, it's giving girly holiday. It's giving love is in the air. Valentine's Day is coming up. It's hard to get away from that stuff once you've been trained to think of that. It's kind of hard to get away from it. So once again, we're doing this nail, and I'm making sure that I don't have any lint on my brush. That's why I wiped it, because there was a piece of lint, and you don't want that. You don't want that in your gel polish. You want that smooth application. You want it smooth, smooth. So you don't want any lint, any so I'm just wiping it off on my napkin there. That's what I have it there because for some reason, I always get dust particles or lint, but I know how to take it out. So now we are done. We're gonna cure this, and I was shock curing in between, you know, the designs and stuff, maybe 10 to 30 seconds, depending on your lamp and your brand of gel polish. So once I got done, I was like, okay, these are a little too plain still. I'm going to add some snowflakes on my middle nail. So once again, we started with that dot. We're doing a cross, and there's all types of designs that you can draw. I was going to invest in some stickers, but I'm like, why when I can draw it? I got all this polish, I got all this stuff. Why do that when I can just draw my nails, or draw the snowflakes? Because essentially, drawing snowflakes aren't hard. Like, this is the most basic way to draw them, and then I'm adding some dots on those initial lines that are a little longer. I went back in and made like smaller 4-point lines, as you can see there. Um, this one I tried to do at an angle. It turned out okay, because you don't want your snowflakes to be all facing the same way. You want it to look realistic, like they're falling from the sky. So we tried a little something here. I just think I didn't lay the cross straight. That's why it looks like that. But it's still cute. Still turned out cute. And I did something different. I wanted each snowflake to be unique, because that's what they told us in school when we had to make the paper snowflakes. Each snowflake is unique. I think we had a board, and we had our names on snowflakes, and it was like each snowflake is unique. Yeah. It was cute. Like elementary, like third grade or something. So I just kept that in mind, and I wanted to make the other snowflake different. So I just put some lines through. But there's so many different ways that you can make snowflakes. Oh my gosh. Like, the reason why I did snowflakes, and this is a freestyle set, this isn't a set that I've seen anybody else do. I kind of pulled from different inspirations, and it's just like, I'm gonna do this. The color uh combination was something I just pulled off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure there's a million nails out there that look like this or similar. So but this is something that I just kind of pulled from different places. And I studied a lot of snowflakes. Okay. And there's a million ways to do some bomb cute snowflakes. You don't have to break the bank and buy stickers for everything, unless you just cannot draw and you can't draw a straight line to save your life. Then do the stickers, but save some money and just draw your snowflakes. Okay. So now we are using our iGel Beauty top coat, because like I said, I only bought a few of D&D's gel polishes back this last spring, and I actually like them, so I will be going back to get their base coat and their dip system, because I have some of their dip and daps. And I'm probably just going to switch to D&D once I get everything gone, because D&D have a ton of colors, and I love that brand. It's a good brand. I love their dip and daps too. So I will be going back to get some of their base coat, top coat, and their dip system, because so now we're just top coating all of these nails. We're using our iGel Beauty No Wipe top coat, which I absolutely fell in love with from the first time I went to the nail supply store. That was the first thing I picked up, and I like it. It's a good brand. Also, I use their dip as well. That's why I have their top coat, because I bought a lot of their dips as well. I will say that their dip and dap, it's better. A lot of their colors are better used uh, as just that dip and the dip system. Some of them are kind of gummy when you use them as acrylic systems. So I am curing for the whole 60 seconds here. That's why I left this clip in, to let y'all know that I am curing. That is my other hand that I did do off camera eventually. And it actually took me less time to do this one. This one took a while, because this was the hand that I started with, and it was a freestyle set. I didn't quite know what I was going to do on each nail. What nail did I want red? What nail did I want pink? So it kind of took a little bit longer. And that's the regular polish there. So hopefully after this, watching this video, you are a pro at doing gel polish. And the key to it all is to just not use a lot of product at once. Um, was it Young Nails? They got a video where they're showing, you take the brush and you wipe one side and you have that bulb on the other side. And I'm like, that's so crazy because I do that already. But that is a great way to explain it. Just wipe one side of your brush when you're pulling that gel or that polish out of the bottle. Just wipe one side and use that other side. And that'll give you better control. This is the final product. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope to see y'all in my subscriptions and on the next video. Let's get me to my goal. It's very achievable. We have a little over 30 days to get it done. So get the likes up, get me through the algorithm, and thank y'all so much. All right. Peace. And those are some other nails that I'm going to show too as well. So thank y'all so much. Peace, peace, peace.